Hey everybody, welcome back to The Dutch Investors. I'm your host Siem, and today this episode is quite personal. Now, normally on this podcast we talk about capital allocation, risk management, public companies, and building wealth over decades. But today we're looking at an entirely different kind of investment. On July 1st, 2026, I married my lovely wife, Ariane, after we had been together for close to 10 years. And it turns out, knowing someone for a decade doesn't make you any less a beginner at being married. My colleagues and co-founders of the Dutch Investors, Bouke, Luuk and Mathjis, gave me something for my wedding, obviously. And because we are who we are, it naturally had to tie back to investing. They put together 10 pieces of advice, bridging markets and marriage. And after looking through it a couple of times, I realized that these are just great lessons, not just for beginners. They're honestly the most valuable rules for life and investing. So let's break down 10 rules for marriage that also apply to investing. Lesson 1. Think long-term.
Don't let a single bad day or a bad month throw you off. In both investing and marriage, it's never about a single snapshot in time.
Just like a volatile week in the stock market doesn't define a fundamentally strong portfolio, a tough day or a stressful week doesn't define your marriage. It's all about the broader trajectory. You learn to look past the daily noise and focus on the lifetime trend line. Lesson 2. Select carefully at the start.
The choice you make at the very beginning determines almost everything. With Ariane, you've made an incredibly great choice.
In investing, your entry point and initial due diligence make or break your long-term success. The same goes for your partners. Spending almost a decade together before tying the knot gave us plenty of time to do our own research and due diligence, and I couldn't be more certain of my decision. Though, to be completely transparent, I'm still a bit unsure about what kind of research she did on me. Lesson 3. Don't panic when things don't go as planned.
Every investment and every relationship goes through downturns. That's just part of the deal. The real art is in weathering these periods together.
I find this one personally quite tricky. Market corrections are inevitable, and so are life's challenges. The absolute worst thing an investor can do during a market dip is panic sell at the bottom. In marriage, when things get tough, you don't pull out. You hold tight, communicate, and ride out the storm together, knowing that calmer waters always lie ahead. Lesson 4. Consistency matters more than big gestures.
It's rarely the massive, flashy actions that make the biggest difference. It's the small things you keep doing, year in and year out.
You don't build wealth by trying to time a single massive trade. And you don't build a marriage solely on grand expensive vacations or milestone anniversary gifts. It's the daily habits, making a coffee together, saying thank you, and actively listening that compound into a secure, loving partnership. Lesson 5. Avoid comparing yourself to others.
From the outside, someone else's relationship or portfolio might look flawless, but you never see the whole picture.
Comparison is the ultimate thief of joy. Whether you're looking at someone else's highlight reel portfolio on social media or their seemingly perfect relationship, every couple and every portfolio has its own risk tolerance, hidden struggles, and unique dynamics. Focus on your own track record, not the neighbor's. Lesson 6. Focus on the long term.
Short-term wins or temporary excitement can seem highly attractive, but they can easily destroy something you spent years building.
This one seems obvious, right? Chasing speculative hot tips or short-term thrills is a quick way to ruin a solid financial plan. Taking on debt to gamble, for example. In a committed relationship, protecting the trust and deep connection you've spent years building will always outweigh any passing, short-term distractions. Think liquor, women, or anything else that might distract you from the long term. So keep your eyes on the prize and focus on the long term. Lesson 7. Compound interest.
The longer you keep investing in your relationship, the more valuable it becomes.
Albert Einstein famously called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. In marriage, this works just as beautifully. Every bit of trust, shared laughter, and mutual support you deposit today pays dividends tomorrow. Over decades, that emotional capital compounds into an irreplaceable, priceless bond. So, your wife or your partner is basically compound interest. Lesson 8. Recognize your weak spots.
Know where your blind spots and weaknesses lie, and have the courage to let your partner support you in those areas.
And God may know how many weak spots I have, but that's a different story. Any smart investor should know their cognitive biases and limitations. In a partnership, you don't have to be perfect at everything. Admitting where you fall short allows your partner's strength to be admitting where you fall short. Or whatever you want to work on allows your partner's strengths to complement your weaknesses, making you far stronger together than you could ever be alone. Invest on a regular basis.
It's precisely the ordinary, normal days that determine the true strength of your relationship.
Dollar cost averaging works because you buy in consistently, regardless of whether the market is up or down. Similarly, you have to buy into your marriage on the mundane Tuesdays, not just the celebratory Saturdays. Those ordinary, boring days serve as the bedrock foundation for your life together. And last but not least, lesson 10, never stop learning.
People change, and both of you will evolve. Keep learning from and about each other, and enjoy that journey.
The day you think you've completely figured out how the markets work is the day you start losing money. The exact same applies to your partner. We will both grow, adapt, and change over time, over the next 10, 20, and hopefully 50 years. The secret is to stay endlessly curious about each other and enjoy watching each other grow and evolve. So to my friends, TDI co-founders Bouke, Luuk, and Mathjis, thank you for the advice and thank you for being incredible friends. And thank you to the listeners who have been so supportive of this podcast so far. And I hope we can compound this as well for the next 50 years. Who knows? So whether you're an investor, a partner, managing a portfolio, or building a life with someone you love, remember, the most valuable investments are the ones we show up for every single day. And thanks for listening. Until next time, stay curious, keep learning, and happy investing.